Hey guys, this is Mike Cornell. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to make this video because, I've really gotten to a different time of my life that I've never gotten to before. And I'm extremely proud of myself. You know, at this point in my life, my income is going up every single month, and it has been for the last couple years. My first company that I ever built was it's totally delegated. All of it is delegated. And we're even opening different branches up. I became a wholesaler. So, shit is just taking off with that department. We have like a wholesaler department and then regular customer department. And that shit is just taking off. But yeah, like all that is delegated. I talk here and there sometimes, but really my team takes care of everything. We got 14 people that run that whole thing. But there's this and I know I've talked about, oh yeah, I got 14 VAs before, but I mean, it's just crazy because the higher you get, like I've taken this VA thing to a total extreme. To where I don't even do I hired somebody for social media. I hired somebody for pretty much to make all of my content for me and do the SEO. And then I also hired somebody to do other kinds of social media stuff for me weekly. And I just hired an actual real personal assistant. What's up, Zeus? My dog just got up. Bro, you look so comfortable. This freaking dog's lucky. Anyway, so it's been crazy because now I just hired a real personal assistant, and she takes care of pretty much all of my personal affairs. And I just feel like I'm at such a fucking different level than I ever have before. Most of the time, all I'm doing is just looking over things. I'm just looking over things and approving things. That's it. People are just coming to me, they're approving things. And that wasn't how I started. The way I first started was, I was busting my ass, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, cold calling, messaging, everything you could think of. And then I slowly started working with VAs in real estate. Then I quit real estate. I didn't quit real estate, I quit wholesaling. Then I started doing Airbnbs and managing Airbnbs. And after that, and I think we did start working with we did work with a virtual assistant on that business, but barely any. Then after that, when I got into the DTS business, that's when I started really taking it to the whole next level, because with DTS, you can scale pretty fast because your customers are every single month, usually. So, and then from there, yeah, I built, 15 virtual assistants. And 14, I'm sorry. Well, I got 15 technically now. But it's just crazy because it's like I'm living in a whole, you guys don't understand. I'm picking up my girlfriend tomorrow. And sometimes she's like, you never work. Like, you never do anything. Like, you're never working. When I first met you, you were working. And she was right. 3 years ago, I was working my ass off 12 hours a day. And now, it's not that I don't work. I put the work in the beginning because I knew what this could become. And now I'm just on a whole other level now, to where I have a real personal assistant for myself. Like, just for my personal affairs, not for any work related stuff. And this is just like a whole other level. you know, the really cool thing is she's able to do research for me when I'm out in Mexico just exploring or doing stuff. I can hit her up on the fly and she'll do, she's going to be doing the research for me. And like, that's a whole other level. Like, I've never experienced this kind of like delegation in my life. This is like a total extreme. So, yeah, I've just taken this virtual assistant thing to the total extreme that I've never had before. And I'll be honest with you, like sometimes I get bored, literally, because it's like I don't really have much to do. But at the same time, you know, I get to be able to focus on my health and a lot of things. So yeah, there's down times, but life can always be boring. So it's not like life is boring. Like majority of it for most people is pretty boring. And then you got some of the times where it's fun and, stuff like that. But I would say that what I've been able to work on, my personal growth between the last 3 years, like I would have never been able to work on that stuff when I was younger, because I have a lot of time now. So anyways, what's the point of this video? The point is I get to share with you guys. The second thing is you need to go buy my virtual assistant course, because you need a personal assistant. You need your first virtual assistant for your business. Stop playing around. Like, you gotta stop playing around. You need to hire people where they need to be hired. I have helped majority of the people around me that flip diabetic test strips, all the people I love, I have helped them get their virtual assistants and flip DTS. Like, I could just think of like 3 or 4 people right at the top of my head that I talk to on a normal basis and I hang out with too while I was in Tampa. And all their businesses have doubled. So I'm just saying, like, a lot of times people, whether it's fear of failure or they don't know how to like manage people or they don't think they can, like, you just need to like hire somebody and just go, because you will never. When I first started this business, my friend told me, yo, you're making 400 a day, you're making 500 a day, just hire a virtual assistant, you got the money. And for the longest time I was like, I got to, like, nah, they can't do the good work like I can. I just kept saying that. I remember that. What if they mess up? What if they financially ruin me? Whatever, right? But eventually what I was able to do was I was able to hire that first person because of pain, right? Pain. I overworked myself and I had I would call it a mental breakdown from working so much. Pain. So it's pain that made that happen. But I wish I would have just hired that virtual assistant faster, right? So anyways, I'm just saying all that because I look back and I'm like, I wish I would have listened to him 6 months before that. It wasn't like that. It wasn't that long. He told me it took me about 3 months to implement. But I wish I would have did it right when he told me, because he was right. He was right. Victor was right. And anyways, I'm telling you this because I'm right. Like, just act like I'm Victor for a second. Like, yo, I'm right. You need to get a virtual assistant. I don't know who I'm talking to here, who you are. Even maybe you don't do anything maybe you're not even in my industries, but you need to just get one and start giving them responsibilities that you can give them, that you can confidently give them. It doesn't have to be much. It could be like little things. Once they prove themselves for the little things, you can start giving them more and more responsibilities. That's how it works. And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of my journey. Now at this point, I'm really trying to take it to the extreme, because like now I'm like, I really like delegating a lot, and I've got a couple more things that I want to delegate that I'm really excited about, and I'll share with you guys about it, and you'll see, like, I'll tell you what I'm doing. But yeah, there's a couple more things that I want to fully delegate, and it's gonna be pretty funny, so stay tuned. But anyways, hope you're doing well. I actually just arrived in Mexico City, and my virtual assistant looked up every single thing that I needed the whole time I was here. Oh, and I got to tell you guys something too. I want to give you guys another example. While going through the airport, my virtual assistant, actually, I had two that were working with me from my company. They were helping me the whole process, getting through immigration under 20 minutes, getting the dog checked in, making calls, paying for a service that would get us through, like you name it. They were doing everything. And literally, they helped me because I was able to pack in peace and get everything prepared in peace. And that was priceless. If I had to do all that crazy work, that would have been nuts. But that's why it's so important that you guys start creating a team. You need to create a team. There's got to be a team. And yeah, so I'm just giving you guys an example of like how easy, like you can just give your virtual assistant little things. Like, I don't know, if you're like, for example, so they helped me with the airport, right? Getting Zeus through immigration, all that stuff. They helped me with so many different things since Friday to today, to yesterday. And so then after that, boom, I'm like, okay, I need a personal assistant, because I saw how powerful it was that they literally did all the research for me. And they did, like, it was smooth. I mean, it wasn't that smooth, but it was probably way smoother because they helped me do a lot of the things that I would have never figured out. Like, it would have took me like hours to figure out some of the stuff, some of the airport information, protocol to get in, like dog requirements, all that stuff. Like, they helped me. Flights that only dogs can that can go on, what cities dogs can fly out of, all that stuff. They help. Where can I park my truck? What's the best hotel? Like, they literally helped me with all that stuff. So it was powerful because we had to execute it as a team. It wasn't like I wasn't wasting my time on Google. I was able to have conversations with the manager of my company and just talk about strategy and just stay in flow. And that is I want to say, like, that's one of the cool things that you start to feel when you start delegating. And now it's just normal, like, I look at the profits in my company and I'm like, wow, like, it's unbelievable. Honestly, at this point, it's just unbelievable, honestly. But, I'm super proud, because, yeah, all the hard work, I knew. See, I had always visualized this from the beginning. Now, I didn't visualize that it would be this big, but I just knew, like, I had a structure. I was like, okay, this is where the leads are going to come from. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to have this virtual assistant here, this one here. And what I would do is I would just visualize it at night. I couldn't help it. Like, my brain would just start going and it would visualize it, and I would literally stay up. And I don't know if you guys can relate, but like, when I start getting passionate about something, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, even when I played soccer, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and just start like juggling. And literally, I would just wake up in the middle of the night. And I started doing that with this business, and I started like saying, oh yeah, it's going to come from here. This is what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to put this, and I could just visualize it. So, what's the point? Oh, the point is that I just hired my new virtual assistant. She is like my executive assistant. And she's going to be helping me with all my, she's helping me with all my personal stuff, which is really cool. Today she looked up all the different appointments that I want to do here. Stuff I want to do with Zeus, the gym, boxing coach, what else? A gym for my girl, a Pilates class, whatever. And a couple other things I forgot, physical therapy. Like she looked all that stuff up for me today. Literally, she gave me the top 3 best in my area for all these different categories. And this would have never happened if I didn't say yes to Victor. Had said, hey bro, you need a virtual assistant. Why are you working yourself so crazy to the bone? But now I'm at the point where I'm like literally taking it to the extreme. Like I said, I got a couple more things that I want to delegate, and I'll be literally hands-free, So it's pretty interesting, like the whole, it's interesting how you can go from being in the madness of the business and then being outside of the madness and then kind of like missing the madness a little bit, Sometimes I do feel like that, honestly. Sometimes I feel like, damn, I missed all the madness, And I don't know, I guess this is like the natural progression of a company, You're doing the work first, then you hire people, then you hire more people, then you're not doing anything. And then eventually, maybe this means I should be starting another company. But I still don't think it's time to do that yet. I still don't think it's time to do that yet. If anything, I'm probably going to be coaching a lot more. I'm going to fill my time with a lot of coaching, high paid mentorship. I think I will start doing that, seriously doing that, in probably a couple months. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, go check out all my content. Go take a look at it, subscribe, like it. I have a wealth of information on virtual assistants, DTS, the pallet business, traveling, just a lot of stuff. I just got a wealth of like pretty much all my life's work on my YouTube channel. So just go take a look. I got motivation on there and stuff too. So, but like I said, guys, if you are somebody that you want to get a virtual assistant, go get my course. It breaks it down exactly how to hire a low paid virtual assistant. It's not much money. It's not much money at all. So buy the course, hire an assistant, and move forward. Stop playing small. Like, that's what happens. Like, people stay stuck doing everything themselves, and they eventually get to the point where they burn out like I did and go motherfucking crazy. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to delegate when needed. And, I don't know what I'm going to do from here. All I know is my business keeps growing like crazy. And we're hitting crazy freaking records, like on the wholesaler side. I'm not talking about normal customers, but buying from wholesalers. Like, we're just, we're hitting crazy numbers, man. Crazy. And it's cool, and we just started that, and that's just going nuts. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I really don't. I just know that I like coaching people. I like helping people out. I know that for a fact. And I'm going to continue to enhance my brand online. Um, you know, I got the camera. I've got a social media person. I even got like an editor that I hired as well, an SEO person. He's SEO and editor, and I'm. I think this time in Mexico, I stopped. I put a pause on a lot of things because I was in America that I wanted to do. That I'm gonna have a lot of time to do here, so I'm really excited about that. There's a lot of like hobbies that I want to get done and things I want to learn. Like I want to, I want to start first. I want to start with my boxing, and then after I'm doing boxing, I do want to get into like some kind of MMA, maybe jiu-jitsu, if my knee is good. If not, I might just do boxing. But I know I want to do those two things for sure because I'm having a lot more time. And then probably gonna have like an in-person trainer that I work with. And just like super self-development, just really advancing. And just enjoying the time, making investments. I'm thinking about buying property here in Mexico. And I got my eye on some property in Peru. I want to get more passports. I want to do a lot of things. So I'm excited. Me and Zeus are still tired. We were flying pretty much the whole day yesterday. And we are getting used to the Mexico time zone, I think. But tomorrow I'm going to be picking up my girl from the airport. So, prepare to see more travel stuff as well too. But anyways, if you're in Mexico City, hit me up. Hit me on a Facebook message. And let's get together. If you're a traveling entrepreneur, hit me up for real. I'm not opposed to meeting. So anyways, what else? Like I said, buy the course. Stop holding yourself back. And I think that's it. I'm going to be here for the next 6 months. That's the new update. Everything's good. I can be here for 6 months because that's how long we can. But see, the thing is, like when you go into Mexico, where's my passport at? When you go into Mexico, what happens is sometimes there's been a scam going on where the claims person will put like 5 days. And this has happened in Cancun. But what happened is they put like 5 days on the amount of days that you're going to be in Mexico. Because people, they just like, a lot of times when people, and this, I did this too, many countries I've done this actually. If you have to tell them how long you're going to be there because there's like a certain limit. And then they usually put the amount of days on the back of there's a sheet that you have to pretty much carry. Oh, here's my passport. So there's a sheet that you have to pretty much carry. Where's that thing? Well, somewhere around here. Anyways, let me finish this video. But there's this little paper. And what it says how many days you're going to be here. So what they've been doing is they'll put like 5 days for one person. And then this person will be out in, let's say, Cancun. A cop will stop them. They won't have that sheet, or they'll have that sheet. They'll give the cop the sheet. It'll say 5 days. But instead of 5 days, he's like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be here for a month. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? As an American, I can stay here for 6 months. But if the cop sees that it only says 5 days, what they do is they take you back. And I've heard many stories online where they like literally keeping people, Americans, and I think this guy from UK, they're keeping them in the jail for some kind of quota. I don't even know. But anyway, so you got to make sure when you come into Mexico that on the back it says there's an amount of days that you're supposed to be here, and you got to make sure that you make sure it says the days that you're actually supposed to be here, because if a cop stops you and you don't have that sheet, they can take you to jail basically and deport you, and they can hold you in the cell. That's what they've been doing. They can hold you in that cell for a long time, you know? And that's what they've been doing to some Americans, apparently. And, you know, I'm not the kind of guy to, like, be afraid of stuff because I've traveled for a long time and I've always heard bad things. But I've seen on two different YouTube videos, or 2 or 3, like, where people's actual experience, they actually experienced this being in Mexican jails for being in Mexico longer than the amount of days that the immigration person was supposed to put a month, but they only put 5 days. Can you imagine being that person? Anyways, 26 minutes. My videos are always so long. I mean, they are always so long. But anyways, I hope you guys are watching till the end. And yeah, leave a comment, ask a question. Let's interact. You know, if you got any business questions, virtual assistant questions, palette questions, anything, let's interact. All right. See you later.